Alright, picture this. It's Monday morning, you're staring at your phone, and your bank balance read exactly $30. Yep, $30 for you to survive the next 7 days. Sound like a nightmare, right? But honestly, it's not as bad as you think it might be. In fact, I remember I was in a very similar situation. I was panicking, stressed out, and I had convinced myself I'll be eating ramen noodles until payday. But here's the crazy part. Not only did I survive, obviously I'm here, I actually discovered that you can totally live comfortably and even have fun on just $30 a week. And if you're skeptical, stick around because I'm showing you exactly how you can make it happen without feeling deprived or miserable. Let's get into it. Number one, planning ahead. The power of intentional spending. Now let's talk about planning ahead because trust me, not planning on how you're going to take up the situation will not be fun. And let me tell you guys this, right? I used to be the king of spontaneous spending, grabbing takeout because I didn't feel like cooking, or randomly buying snacks at the grocery store because I have forgot to go grocery shopping. It felt harmless at first, but by Wednesday, I'd be looking at an empty wallet and wondering to myself, what happened to all my money? Then I started creating a simple weekly spending plan. And honestly, this small step completely changed the way I manage my money. So here's what I do now, right? Every Sunday night, I sit down for just about 10 minutes and plan out my meal and activities for the weeks ahead. It might sound boring at first, right? But it was a complete game changer. Suddenly, I knew exactly what groceries to buy, how much they cost, and even how to budget for simple and cheap ways to have fun. So if I were you, try planning your meals around affordable but nutritious food like rice, beans, eggs, frozen veggies, and oatmeal. You'll be amazed how far you can stretch just $30. Plus, by planning ahead, you totally eliminate those impulsive last-minute purchases. Trust me, guys, spending intentionally isn't about deprivation. It actually gives you the freedom to spend your money confidently, knowing exactly how far it'll go. Number two, minimalist grocery shopping. Eating well, spending less. Or as I like to call it, eating well without emptying your wallet. Now let me be real with you guys for a second, right? I used to think eating on a budget meant surviving on bread and water for breakfast, noodles for lunch, and cereals for dinner. And that's every day. Not exactly inspiring, right? But then I discovered the power of buying different type of food, and it completely shifted the game for me. Like I mentioned earlier, right? Rice and beans, eggs, oat, and seasonal veggies. They might sound simple, but just with these few ingredients, you can absolutely cook up multiple different type of meals. Check this out, right? A few weeks ago, I challenged myself to spend just $20 on groceries. And to be honest, I thought I was starved. But with just a little creativity, I made veggie burrito bowls, delicious omelet, oatmeal topped with fresh fruit, and stir-fried packed with frozen veggies. And the best part is, I still had leftovers, and I'm not even joking. So my advice to you is, always shop generically because most of the time, they taste exactly as the branded stuff. So buy things like rice and beans in large quantities, and spend little times on Sundays preparing easy meals or snacks. The idea is when you got food waiting on your fridge, you're less likely to hit the order now button on a takeout app. So give minimalist grocery shopping a shot this week and see how it turns out for you. Number three, finding free low-cost entertainment, enjoying life on a tight budget. Now let's talk about having fun without draining your bank account because let's face it, when most people think about living on $30 a week, they imagine boredom central, no going out, no fun, just sitting around at home. But this could not be further from the truth. When I first challenged myself to spend only $30 a week, I thought my weekend would be impossible because I'm used to dropping cash on brunches, movies, shopping trips, you name it. But then I realized there were so many things I'd never tried just because they were cheap or free. And you know what? Some of those experiences ended up being way better than my pricier habit. So instead of brunch at an overpriced spot, I started grabbing a coffee from home and exploring local parks or hiking trail with friends. What we do is we pack snack, catch up, and try having fun outside. And it costs basically nothing, but it felt way much more meaningful than just sitting around at another cafe. I also started to check my local community calendar online, and you'll be amazed at how many cool free events are happening constantly. I'm talking about outdoor movie night, concert, street fair, and art exhibit. So if I were you, I would take about 5 minutes today to Google your city name, free event. And I promise you, you'll find at least 3 fun things you didn't even know existed. And that will help you save so much money, meet new people, and honestly, probably have way more fun. Trust me, enjoying life on a tight budget is totally doable, and it might even make you happier in the long run. Number 4, embracing a cash-only approach. Budget and reality check. Now let's dive into something that most people would only dream of doing. Switching to cash only approach. And I know it might sound super old school, especially with a world where tapping your card or using your Apple Pay feels like second nature, but hear me out. When I first challenged myself to live on $30 a week, I knew I had to get real about where every single dollar went. So I decided to take the plunge. I hit the ATM, pull out exactly $30, and promise myself, when it's done, it's done. Now let me tell you, physically seeing and handling the cash completely changed how I view my spending. Before trying this method, I'd swipe my card on random stuff without even thinking. Quick coffees, snack from the vending machine, late night Amazon orders. But when I switched to cash, totally different stories. Handing over a $5 bill for a coffee felt way more impactful than just tapping my phone. Now, I was way more careful about how I spend my money, making each purchase more intentional. So here's my challenge for you. Try going cash for just 1 week. I guarantee you'll immediately notice your spending habit becoming more mindful, intentional, and honestly, even way less impulsive. Plus, there's nothing more motivating than seeing your hard-earned money stays in your wallet throughout the week. So try giving this a shot and you'll see how much it can open your eyes. Number 5, the mindset shift. Appreciating simple living. So we'll end this with something that's way bigger than budgeting tips or saving strategies. Your mindset. And I know this might sound a little corny, but trust me, when I shift my thinking towards appreciating simple living, everything else fell into place. So here's the thing. When I first decided to try living on just $30 a week, I actually thought it was going to be super restrictive and miserable. Like, great, now I'm just going to be bored and hungry. But the opposite happened. I started genuinely enjoying stuff I haven't paid attention to before, like going for a long walk, chilling at the park reading a good book, or spending quality times with friends doing things that didn't involve me spending a lot of money. And I remember this one evening, I was hanging out at the park with some friends, chatting and laughing till the sun went down, right? And guess what? We didn't spend a dime. It was one of the best nights I had in a long time. It made me realize just how often I used to think fun had to involve money. But when I let go of that mindset, my happiness skyrocketed and my financial anxiety plummeted. So try this week. Try to consciously notice and appreciate those simple, totally free moments in your day. Whether it's reading, sketching, or walking at the park, or just having a meaningful conversation with someone you actually care about. When you start genuinely enjoying those non-materialistic joy, you'll feel way much more in control of your money in your life. And that's all for today's video, guys. If you gained any value from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and push the notification bell for more on sustainable fashion, personal finance, and minimalism. I'll see you guys on my next video.